Greeting, ladies and gentlemen. Our teams will be presenting on waste minimization today. This team consists of Song Liang Liang, Hui Ling Hock, Rapot Hee, Chirong Yang, and me, Kevin Bell. We are all juniors from CAA First here to discuss our mission and vision, as well as the causes of waste, the effects of trash, and waste solutions. 70 million, 2 billion, 292 million, and so forth are all values of municipal solid waste from various countries that exceeds the safe range, causing an excessive waste production that needs immediate resolution. This video exists to encourage action and prevent harm to both humans and the environment. Our goals. Our group aims to educate and bring awareness on the sources of trash, ways citizens can contribute to minimize waste, ways citizens can contribute to waste segregation, and harmful consequences on human and their environment. After introducing our goals, we'll now move on to the sources of waste. Where does waste come from? Waste comes from many factors, including improper waste disposal, which is the discard of unwanted items in a way that could negatively impact the environment. There's also residential waste that comes from households. Industrial waste, which is waste that comes from factories. It is shown that about 10,000 tons of trash are produced every day from factories everywhere in Cambodia, and 90% of them are unrecycled. Agricultural, which is waste generated by farm operations. Construction and demolition, which is waste that comes from the development and destruction of buildings. And lastly, commercial waste, which is waste that comes from businesses and companies. Now that we've identified the sources of waste, we can look into its impacts. One such impact that we can observe is poisonous gas. Poisonous gas from landfills are released from bacteria breaking down the organic materials, causing methane, greenhouse gases, and carbon dioxide to be released. If we were to look into this chart from the EPA, we could see that 3% of other landfills and 14% of MSW landfills fill the US methane and emission sources. Another impact that we can observe is waste such as plastic bottles piled up and compacted together, blocking any sunlight going into the water. Excess amount of contamination to water prohibits us from any usage at all. Any people who has no choice but to use contaminated water can easily cause people to be more prone to sickness. We're now moving on to strategies to utilize waste. Waste to energy, which is WTE, is a highly advanced waste disposal method that is widely known for decreasing greenhouse gases, particularly methane, by avoiding landfill emissions. Waste segregation, which refers to the sorting and separating of waste types in order to promote recycling and proper disposal. Legislation and regulation. These regulations frequently include off-garbage pickup, disposal, recycling, and dangerous waste handling requirements. And the most known of them all, the 3R, reduce, reuse, recycle. Reuse, reduce, and recycle are key waste management principles that promote waste efficiency and contribute to sustainable practices. Now that we've recognized the effects, the causes, and solution of waste, what can we take away out of this presentation? We gave this message in order for everyone to recognize the origins of waste, as well as the remedies and advocacy that must be performed in order to alleviate such important problems as waste. Recognizing the existence of this problem is already a start, and we might as well come together and strategize for it in order to safeguard our only home. Of course, lastly, here are our resources where we get most of our data from, including of Axel, our Weldon data, fuel communications, but our biggest source being EPA. Thank you so much for tuning in.